So what's good, tech fans? Tito here, and today I'll be counting on the cheapest 4K cameras I could find. So if you're looking to jump from 1080p to 4K on a budget, then stay tuned. Ooh, this fifth place winner is actually a double knockout. So it's a phone and a camera. Well, that's what a phone is, basically a phone with a camera. So the phone I am talking about is the Moto X2. So the Moto X2 has a 13 megapixel 2160p shooter, Snapdragon 801 because it can save that 4K footage respectively, and it's just the 4K shooter. So there's not much to it. That's why I just put it at number 5, because it's not the best of cameras, 13 megapixels, but as you know, megapixels are not everything because the sensor also matters. But other than that, the 4K on this thing is there, so utilize it. And number 4 is the Note 4. So the Note 4 has a 16 megapixel 2160p shooter, has a Snapdragon 805 so it can save that 4K footage, and the 4K footage is relatively crispy on the Note 4 because the megapixel count is high, but the sensor is not the best. So it might not look the crispiest, but it does have a high megapixel count, which also gives it a level of crispiness. So coming in at number 3 is the GoPro Hero 4 Black Edition, which shoots in 4K, has a 12 megapixel shooter, and is pretty crispy for the price. So the price is relatively cheap, close to the Note 4, and the features include a waterproof. It's pretty much adapting to every single mount in the world you could think of. If you literally scroll on Amazon for GoPro mounts, you'll be there for hours. So the GoPro Hero 4 Black Edition is a solid choice. So coming in at number 2 is the Panasonic G7. It's a micro four thirds camera that shoots in 4K. It's mostly dubbed as an entry-level 4K camera, which is why I put it on this list, because it's one of the cheapest 4K cameras you can buy. It is 16 megapixels and does not shoot in cinematic 4K like all the rest of these cameras, but yet, nonetheless, it still does shoot 4K, and it looks pretty crispy at that. So at the number 1 spot is the Panasonic HCV X70K. This is a 18.91 megapixel camcorder. You cannot change the lenses, of course, but it is a 25x optical zoom camera that has some pretty crispy 4K footage. So this is of course a bit pricey, but I think it's worth it because I've heard some pretty good reviews of this camera, and it looks and has a flip out screen, which are both things you'd find on way higher end cameras. As always, give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you're new. Other than that, I've been Tito, and I'll see you guys in my next video.